Hey everyone, today's vlog is going to be pretty long, but I hope it will be a good vlog for you. I am explaining all details about my cancer treatment, and at the end I show you a little sneak peek on me going to a churrascaria in Brazil and what I had to eat and all of that, so we don't close off the vlog in a really bad tone. So keep tuned, keep watching, and I will see you later. Hey everyone, today for the vlog I decided to explain a little bit more about my thyroid cancer and treatment and stuff, because I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys, and it seems that I have maybe confused you about how I found out, what treatment I've been doing, and all of that. So I'm gonna try and explain from the beginning till now. If you're still in doubt after this video, all the vlogs thyroid related are on a playlist here on my channel, and they are in order of happening, so you can watch those too if you're interested in knowing. But I'll try and simplify it here. Basically in November 2014, I found out from a normal checkup that I had thyroid cancer. Now, going a little bit back, I was doing just a checkup, and then my blood work came out weird. My TSH was out of proportion, my T3, T4, and even my cholesterol and all the other blood exams were completely out of rate when they were usually pretty good. That's when I got taken to an endocrinologist to check what was going on. She asked for an ultrasound of the neck and more blood work. From that, from the ultrasound, it came out I had suspicious lumps. My endocrinologist then asked to do a puncture, a biopsy of it, to see what it was, and that's when it came out in November 2014 that I had papillary carcinoma. So right away I was introduced to a head and neck surgeon, which he was then going to care for my surgery of thyroid removal. He said, according to my case, that the best option would be to remove the whole of my thyroid. And we did. That was in the end of November of 2014. Then I had my wedding in January. So he said, it's alright, go to your wedding, and when you come back from your wedding, we are going to put you through radioactive iodine treatment. This is also known as RAY. And I was fine. I did the diet that I had to. I prepared myself for it, and at the end of February 2015 I went for my RAY. The dose of the RAY was 200, which is pretty high. Is not the highest, but is, for a case of my cancer, of my case, that was the highest dose. From that surgery, from that first surgery, we found out the stage of the cancer, which was stage 3, which is not good. That's why I did the RAY. Doctors were pretty happy with the result, and they said my PCI, which is the scanning they do of your whole body after you do the iodine treatment, that scan, my scan came out clean. It said that it had nothing in my body left, and they were pretty happy, and they said, well, just come back in 6 months and do a checkup just to be sure that everything is fine. and I was pretty happy. They even said that I was cured of cancer, and I went ahead and lived my life. And 6 months later, I returned to do my exams again, my blood work, my ultrasound of the neck, and that was in September 2015. In the blood work, it came out pretty clean, but in the ultrasound, it came that the lymph nodes were affected, that they were weirdly lumpy. So again, I go through the head and neck surgeon, and he says, all right, we need to do a second surgery because it seems that your cancer has actually spread to your lymph nodes. This was 6 months after I did the radioactive iodine, okay? This is supposed to be like a miracle worker treatment. And all of a sudden, in my ultrasound, it indicated I had 5 big lumps that you could see easily. So I went through surgery in October 2015. This was my second surgery of the neck, and my right side of the neck, which is where it was affected, was emptied. So all the lymph nodes on my right side of the neck were, well, the front part, which is close to the thyroid, were removed. That is 17 lymph nodes. 6 of them had cancer. They were affected and were pretty big. I came out of it and they said that I should probably go through Ray again. But because it was within still a year of the last Ray, that I couldn't do it yet, so that I had to wait until I completed a full year of having had the iodine treatment to have a second one. So they asked, okay, come back in 4 months' time. I should have completed the year of your iodine, or your first iodine, and we'll do a second iodine. But also we want you to do ultrasound again and the blood exams again. So 4 months later, which was February 2016, I came back and I did ultrasounds and blood work. In my blood work, it came out that everything was fine apart from one. One of the indicators, which I showed in the last vlog, which I showed with a lot of detail, was completely high, massively high. In my ultrasound, it came out clear that there was absolutely nothing in my neck, anywhere, not on the right or the left side, anywhere, which was awesome. So I went back to my doctors, my endocrinologist, the same one from the beginning, and she said, yeah, we definitely need to do the iodine treatment again because the high level indicates that you still have cancer in your body. We don't know where because it's not on the neck, according to the ultrasound, or it's very small. It's just like a few cells floating around. It's not become a tumor yet. So we need to do the iodine right now to kill that off so it won't build up into a tumor. And me, I research and I know, because my doctors, none of them ever told me the issues with iodine, what the side effects are and what they can bring in a long-term basis. I researched that and I found that out by myself. And so when she said, we want you to do a second iodine, I did not want to. I still don't want to, because people keep saying that is the best treatment for thyroid cancer, but they don't actually know this. They only say it to make you do it, but studies-wise and all of this, they're actually not sure about how effective the iodine treatment is. In a lot of cases it has worked, but not all of them. And the bad thing about it is that if you get high amounts of it, and many times you are exposed to radiation. This is radiation. This is about, if I was in the nuclear bombs explosion situations, it would be the same amount of radiation that I'm putting in my body. So it's not something easy to take. It does have side effects, like I could not taste anything for a full month after my iodine treatment, and that is the saddest thing for a food lover, not to be able to taste it, to smell it and remember the taste, but when you put it in your mouth it tastes like nothing. It's absolutely awful. But that's not the worst. The worst is that depending on the levels, you can cure yourself maybe of this thyroid cancer, but you can provoke a future leukemia or bone marrow cancer or a whole bunch of other cancers. You can provoke so many, but leukemia is the most frequent. And between leukemia and thyroid cancer, which one is the least worst? Thyroid cancer. So yeah, I don't want to provoke my body into a leukemia. But anyways, so that terrified me quite a bit, so I decided I wanted to go for a second and a third opinion of doctors this time. And so I went to a second doctor. He's more of a holistic doctor, and he has recommended me to take a few natural medications to help my case. He said he's not going to cure me, but it's something to do along with whatever treatment the actual doctors indicate to me. So I went ahead and I went to the cancer hospital here in Brazil, the most famous one, and I booked an appointment and I went to an oncologist. This oncologist looks at my results and everything, my history, and he says, look, I think you should do the iodine treatment now. But I will tell you one thing. I think you should see what the other doctors say within this hospital. So go to a head and neck surgeon doctor here and ask his opinion. Also go to the iodine treatment team and ask them about your case. So I booked those 2 appointments. Oh, he's also requested me to do a lung and like a full chest tomography, just to check if maybe the cancer hasn't gone to the lungs, which is the next step of this cancer. So I said, yeah, alright, I booked that, and that will happen next week, and I will get the results the following week. I booked my other 2 appointments, and I went for the head and neck surgeon, and he has said to me that he's confirmed to me my suspicions from the beginning, which is my surgeon of the first and second surgery made a mistake, a big ass mistake. He should have, in the first surgery when he removed my thyroid, he removed 2 lymph nodes, which he did not tell me about, but is said on the report that only doctors understand. And the procedure is, if you remove any lymph nodes from a first surgery like this, you're supposed to explore the whole neck and remove other lymph nodes, even if they seem clear, just in case. And it's not what happened in my first surgery, because my first surgery lasted half an hour, while my second surgery lasted 4 hours. Okay, so that's the difference when you do a one side of the neck lymph nodes removal 4 hours, and just the thyroid 30 minutes. Okay, so he confirmed that he made a mistake. He should have cleaned out my neck right there on the first surgery and then done the iodine treatment, as he did, and I would have probably been cured by then. But he did not do that, therefore my lymph nodes were already affected and they were way too big. They were already tumors, big tumors, and the iodine treatment only works in small cells, not in tumors. It works only when you have cells floating in your body and not lumps already formed. So he said that's probably why the iodine treatment on the first place did not work. Right now your body indicates that it is floating in your body but is not formed any lumps. Therefore right now is the best time to do the iodine treatment, which I recommend you do, but I will confirm that this guy screwed you over. He's explained to me the risks, he told me about the side effects. He was absolutely an awesome doctor and said everything that I had researched and none of the other doctors had told me. Then I went for the other doctor, the team of iodine treatment. Obviously they wanted to book me in already and do the iodine treatment already. And basically they said that just before the iodine treatment, they don't just want to put me through it. They want to check my body first with a PCI, which is the scan again. So before the iodine treatment, do a scan of my whole body and check how it's doing iodine-wise, iodine cells-wise. And also they want to give me a PET scan, which none of the other doctors wanted to give me. And which I have researched that the first thing doctors do ask for my case is a PET scan. And I have requested for my doctors to write me up for a PET scan, and none of them have agreed to. So these people actually said, yes, you do need a PET scan because your cancer cells may have changed. They may not be any more iodine based cells, so maybe the PCI and the iodine treatment won't actually catch it. So you need to have a PET scan so you can see if there's any other cells out there or anything wrong going in your body that is something else. The PET scan will pick up. So that is what they said, and I have decided, well, the oncologist asked me to come back to him with the tomography results. So I need to do the tomography, wait for the result, and then go back to him, and then we would decide the course of the treatment. We also need to see the result of the tomography to be sure if the iodine should be done or should not be done. So me, myself, I do not want to do the iodine treatment again. But depending on whatever result comes out of the tomography, I will accept to do it one last time. For now, I want to just keep doing my natural stuff and see what happens, see if maybe my body responds by itself. While I was waiting for this return, I did some natural therapies to try and help my body, and one of them was the Ketogenic Diet, which I did for 2 months, and I felt great with it, and I think it has helped. I cannot prove that it did help, but I do think that it has helped. Apart from that, I took mistletoe tea, and I took graviola capsules and hibiscus capsules, and I try to eat with foods that won't provoke cancer, so I wouldn't really have cold meats and things like that. So that's where it's at right now. What I want to do, oh, as well, the head and neck doctor also said, look, since I understand that you don't really want to do the iodine treatment and it's kind of hard and all of this, I don't mind waiting for 3 months and then redoing your ultrasound and your blood exam again and see how it's going, and then decide for the iodine treatment or not. And I said, okay, can we do that? Am I gonna make my life worse right now? And then he says he doesn't think 3 months in my case right now will make it really bad. He thinks I can wait for the 3 months. So I've decided in my head that I will get my tomography result, I will go back to the oncologist, and I will see what the results, and he says if the tomography is clear, I want to wait those 3 months, doing natural ways with diets and natural remedies and all of that, and then check ultrasound again and blood exam again to see how my body's reacted to all of this. If my body's gotten better, then I do not want to do the iodine treatment, even if they tell me. If it has gotten worse, I will accept the iodine treatment and I will go through that nightmare again. So that's what's happening right now. Some of you have asked me a few questions about if I had the second iodine treatment done, and no, I haven't yet. They want me to. Unfortunately, the first surgeon that I had was a dumbass, I can actually say right now, and he made my case worse when he could have saved me in the first surgery and a first iodine treatment. So unfortunately, we don't know what kind of doctors we're going to end up with, and he is a really renowned, famous doctor here in Brazil for thyroid cancer. So I thought I was in good hands, and everyone told me I was in good hands, and in the end I wasn't. Not for my case, maybe for normal thyroid cancer patients he was a good choice, but it wasn't for me. So hopefully now this cancer specialized hospital will be the good choice for me. I'm already seeing a difference in how they want to treat me, and I hope that that will save me now from this awful disease that is cancer. So I hope I've answered all the questions and I've updated you guys on what's happening. And yeah, I will post another update with the tomography result and what we're gonna do and all of that in a few weeks time. So keep tuned and come back and check it out. So see ya, bye.
This one we call picanha, and that is linguiça, which is a spicy sausage. This one is just beautiful. Look at the fat.